Hi guys, today we're going to talk about the best van to use on the Courier exchange. When signing up for the Courier exchange, it's best you do some research about what van to invest in, especially as vans are so expensive nowadays. You have the option to look for small vans, small wheelbase vans, medium wheelbase vans, long wheelbase vans and extra long wheelbase vans. You can also look into Lutons with tail lifts or curtain sides. I think the size of the van is personal preference. Some people prefer smaller vans, other people prefer larger vans. Each van size has their pros and cons. Small vans are cheap to run, cheap to insure and cheap to maintain. Larger vans are a lot more expensive. However, you can make a lot more. If you live in a city like London, then most of the jobs are small van jobs. Having a small van in a city like London is definitely convenient, as they're easier to park and easier to drive through the city with. The only problem with this is that you're limited to the amount of jobs that you can actually take. Small vans such as Transit Connects and Transit Couriers can only take one pallet. You have vans such as Ford Transit Customs that can take up to 2 pallets. They are classed as small wheelbases and can take double the size of a small van. Personally, this is my favourite type of van. Not too big, but can still carry a lot. If you live in a big city, I'd recommend getting a small wheelbase van. Something like a Transporter or a Ford Transit Custom is probably your best bet. Long wheelbase vans are also good. With long wheelbase vans, not only can you do large jobs, you can also do the small van jobs. The only problem with this is that your miles per gallon is a lot higher. So when you're bidding against people who have small van jobs, you're going to find it hard to compete with them price-wise, as they can bid a lot lower than you. This means that even though you can do small van jobs, you might struggle getting them for a good price. With long wheelbase vans, you can also look into doing removals. I personally think removals pay a lot more money, but you are charging them for the labour and the handballing and not actually for the driving itself. So if you're full of energy and ready to lift heavy, then removals might be ideal for you. If that's the case, a long wheelbase van is definitely beneficial. You can also look into Lutons. You have the option to look for Lutons with tail lifts and curtain sides. I think curtain sides are very good, as you can easily put pallets onto them through the sides. They're also good for getting bulkier items into the van. I would also suggest getting a tail lift. These vans are a lot more rare, so you can definitely charge more for jobs that require them. I think at the end of the day, it's all about personal preference. Me personally, living in London, I prefer a small wheelbase van. I think it does most of the jobs that are offered, and it's not too expensive to run. I started off with a small van, a Transit Courier. However, I realised quickly that I was limiting myself to the jobs that I could take. I worked my first year, saved some money and upgraded to a small wheelbase van, which is what I currently use now. Let me know what vans you guys are using. If you're liking this content, then click the like and subscribe button down below so you can be notified about future videos.